Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Mama June. Honey Boo Boo regrets telling Shannon about going to college. Mama June spent years without her youngest daughter, Alana Thompson, due to her mistakes. The former was dealing with her boyfriend's issues and drug addiction when her daughters needed her the most. Finally, Pumpkin stood up to take care of Honey Boo Boo. Finally, Shannon has been regretting her mistakes and trying to get closer to her daughters. She has been helping her daughter Anna during her cancer battle. Meanwhile, Alana has finally decided to move to Colorado to attend college. She was planning to live with her boyfriend away from the college. Recently, she revealed the big update to her mom, and things escalated between them. Now, Honey Boo Boo has been regretting telling her mom about her decision. June, Shannon, and Honey Boo Boo usually don't get along very well. Pumpkin, on the other hand, wants things to be good between them before Alana moves to college. Hence, the Mama June star told her sister to inform their mom about moving to Colorado for college. Alana said, "I decided to go to Colorado," hoping for a good response from her mom. But June had a series of questions to ask her daughter. She immediately told her that it wasn't a good idea due to the ongoing legal battle with Alana's boyfriend. She asked, has Dralin even gotten permission from his bondsman to leave? The reality TV celeb went ahead and asked if her daughter had arranged for the house or application before moving. But Honey Boo Boo quickly stated that there were hotels available and that she would make things work with her partner. Mama June wasn't impressed with the idea of living in a hotel and felt that it wouldn't be a place her daughter would want to be. However, Alana already started regretting starting the topic and said that she wanted it to be a happy moment. She continued to express her disappointment at seeing her mom and her sister bickering over where she would live. Meanwhile, June said, "I want the best for you." Before Honey Boo Boo walked out of the conversation, she grabbed her things and walked away after expressing that her mom was creating unnecessary drama despite her having a scholarship. Pumpkin has always been in favor of sending her baby sister to college to study. She confessed how much she wanted Alana to leave Georgia. Lauren felt that June might be upset because she spent a lot of time without Alana, so Mama June might have missed Alana so much and got mad with her leaving away. The reality TV celeb continued, "There's nothing but drama and bullsh** that surrounds Mama 24/7. Alana Honey Boo Boo Thompson had always been the baby of the family, the spark of energy that lit up Mama June's world. But now, at 18 years old, she was on the verge of something new. A future outside of her small-town life, and more importantly, away from the chaos that had defined her family for years. It had taken time, but Alana had found something she was passionate about, something she could call her own. College had seemed like a distant dream once, but now it was becoming a reality. And yet, that dream came with its own set of complications, specifically how to break the news to her mother, Shannon. Mama June had a way of turning even the simplest moments into something dramatic, and Alana knew that this conversation could go one of two ways. It could be met with overwhelming support or, more likely, June could spiral into feelings of abandonment and fear of losing her youngest daughter. And Alana wasn't sure if she could handle that reaction, not now. So with a pit in her stomach, she finally told her mother. It had been a sunny afternoon when they sat down together at the kitchen table, a rare moment of calm between them. Mama June was sipping her coffee, scrolling through her phone, when Alana took a deep breath and blurted out, "Mama, I'm going to college." For a split second, the world seemed to stop. June's fingers paused on the screen, her eyes darting up to meet Alana's. At first, there was nothing, just silence. And then, a flicker of surprise. "College?" June repeated, as if the word itself were foreign. She set her phone down, her brow furrowing. "Why didn't you tell me you were thinking about college?" Alana could feel her chest tighten. I didn't know if you'd want to hear about it. It's not like we've talked much about stuff like that." June's expression softened for a moment, but then the walls went up. She crossed her arms over her chest, a defensive posture that Alana had grown far too familiar with over the years. "And why wouldn't I want to hear about it? You're my baby. Of course, I'd want to know what you're planning to do with your life." Alana let out a nervous laugh, trying to break the tension. "It's not that, Mama. It's just, college is a big change, and I know how you feel about change." June's eyes darkened, and her lips pressed into a thin line. "So you're just going to leave? Just like that? After everything we've been through?" There it was, the reaction Alana had feared. She could see the hurt in her mother's eyes, the panic rising to the surface. June had always struggled with feeling abandoned, and Alana knew this news would hit a raw nerve, but she hadn't expected it to sting this much. "Mama, it's not like that," Alana pleaded, her voice soft. "I'm not leaving you. I'm just trying to do something for me, something that makes me feel like I can have a future." June shook her head, pushing herself up from the table. She began pacing the room, her fingers tugging at her hair in frustration. "A future? You think you need to go to college for a future? We've been doing just fine without all that fancy education nonsense. Look at me. I made it through life just fine without it." Alana wanted to scream. She loved her mother, but sometimes it was exhausting, always having to remind her that not everything was about her. This was supposed to be her moment, her decision, her chance to build a life outside of the TV cameras and family drama. But Mama June had a way of pulling her back into the whirlwind. "I know you've done fine, Mama," Alana said, trying to keep her voice steady. "But I want something different. I want to be more than just Honey Boo Boo. I want to be Alana." June's pacing stopped abruptly. She turned to face her daughter, and for the first time her eyes were filled with tears. "So what? You're ashamed of where you come from now?" Alana felt her own throat tighten, the lump of emotion rising as she tried to swallow it down. "No, Mama, I'm not ashamed. I love you and I love our family. But I need to find out who I am outside of all this. Outside of reality TV, outside of all the drama. I need to figure out who I am on my own." June's lip quivered, and for a moment Alana thought she might break down. But just as quickly, the walls went back up. June shook her head and turned away, her voice low and bitter. "Do whatever you want then. If you're so ready to get away from me, go." Alana's heart sank. This was exactly why she had been afraid to tell her. She had known her mother would take it personally, would twist it into something it wasn't. It wasn't about leaving June behind, it was about moving forward for herself. But how could she make her mother understand that when June was so wrapped up in her own feelings of betrayal? "I'm not leaving you," Alana said softly, standing up from the table. She walked over to her mother, reaching out to touch her arm, but June flinched away, her face hardening like stone. "I'll always be here for you, but I have to do this, Mama, I have to." June didn't respond, just stood there with her back to Alana, staring out the window as if the world outside held more comfort than her own daughter's words. Alana wanted to keep talking, to explain herself more, but what was the point? The conversation had taken the exact turn she had feared, and now there was nothing left to say. Feeling the weight of the moment, Alana slowly backed away, grabbing her purse from the counter. "I'm gonna go for a drive," she said quietly, though she doubted her mother was even listening anymore. "I'll be back later." As she walked out the door, Alana felt a mixture of relief and regret. She had finally told her mother the truth, but it had gone exactly as she'd feared. Instead of support, she had been met with anger and sadness. But as much as it hurt, she knew deep down that this was the right decision for her. She couldn't keep living her life for someone else, not even for Mama June. As the door clicked shut behind her, Alana wiped away a stray tear. This was just the beginning of a new chapter, one where she would have to stand on her own, even if it meant leaving some people behind.